In a cold meeting room, Letitia's voice, the manager, resonates like a whip. Brenda, why is your son here? This is a workplace, not a daycare. All eyes turn to Brenda, who clutches her feverish son Mateo against her chest. Her impeccable navy blue suit contrasts with her stress-dampened cheeks. I had no one else, she murmurs, her voice trembling. He's sick. I couldn't miss another day. Letitia, unyielding, shakes her head. The company policy is clear. No children on site. This is unacceptable. A heavy silence settles in. Brenda seeks support in her colleagues' eyes, but they all look away. I just wanted to finish my shift, she pleads. Letitia cuts her off. You're fired. Effective immediately. Brenda freezes, breathless, her heart racing. No one moves. Only the rustling of papers disturbs the silence. Letitia turns on her heel, her role complete. Brenda, her legs trembling, holds Mateo tighter, his burning body against hers. She leaves the room, crosses a deserted hallway, and pushes through the glass doors. Outside, a fine rain falls on the sidewalk. Brenda removes her jacket to wrap it around Mateo, who whines, Mom, I'm cold. She kisses his forehead, whispering, I know, my heart. Her soaked blouse clings to her back, but she moves forward, invisible to the hurried passers-by under their umbrellas. Each step is heavier than the last. Her job is gone, her son is sick, the bills are piling up. Without a car or a charged phone, she has no one to call. Yet, she walks, holding Mateo against her, his ragged breath in her ear. At a street corner, she stops, pressing her cheek against her son's forehead. Everything will be all right, she murmurs. Mom won't give up. The rain intensifies, but Brenda shields Mateo, her chin above his head. He coughs, his small hand gripping her necklace. Passing by a lit cafe, she hesitates, tempted by the warmth, but turns her eyes away and continues. Under an awning, she shelters for a moment. Mateo, asleep, murmurs. Brenda strokes his damp curls. You'll be okay, I promise you. In her mind, a litany. I won't give up. Alone with her son, she draws her strength from this promise. Brenda clutches a pile of worn-out resumes, their edges crumpled from repeated rejections. For 4 weeks, she has been roaming the city, knocking on the doors of restaurants, convenience stores, gas stations, and cleaning services. Each interview follows the same pattern. A polite smile fades as soon as her last job is mentioned. Laid off, on her record shuts all doors. Sorry, we're looking for someone with a more stable history, she hears. The promised calls never come. To survive, she has pawned her engagement ring, abandoned since Mateo's father disappeared. The money bought food and a cheap inhaler for her son's asthma, the least expensive without insurance, but it's not enough. One night, under a howling wind, in the dimly lit restroom of a gas station, Mateo's breathing becomes rapid and wheezy. Brenda crouches, holding the inhaler, whispering, Breathe, baby, breathe. She counts to 10, her voice calm despite the burning tears in her eyes. Mateo nods, trusting her. Without a home or savings, she has only her love. Carol, an elderly employee with tired eyes, lets them stay in the employee restroom. A bench, a blanket from her car, a flickering fluorescent light, but it's dry and warm. At night, Brenda cleans, mopping floors, refilling paper dispensers, wiping greasy handles. Her hands are chapped, her knees ache, the ammonia stings her lungs, but she stays awake. Every dollar is counted 3 times. One evening, after her shift, she finds Mateo asleep under the blanket, his breathing steady, his cheeks flushed with fever. Brenda sits, smoothing his hair, whispering, You've been so brave, my heart. Mommy is proud of you. He stirs, mumbling, I love you, Mommy. Her throat tightens. Every morning, Brenda hears 3 gentle knocks at her door, followed by a voice in Spanish. Mija, I brought you something. It's Maria, her elderly neighbor, who raised 4 children alone, overcoming layoffs and hardships with a dignity forged by will. Since Brenda helped her carry her groceries, Maria has watched over her like a guardian angel in worn slippers, her scarf smelling of lavender. That morning, Maria hands her a folded flyer, Solukians Rivera, hiring cleaning staff, no diploma required. It's a cleaning company, Maria explains. Not glamorous, but stable. They're people like us. They might understand. Brenda stares at the paper, her heart racing. Thank you, she says, clutching the flyer. I'm going right away. The next day, she and Mateo take 2 buses across the city. Mateo, exhausted, clings to her hand. The Solis Rivera building, made of gray bricks, has a lobby smelling of lemon and polish. Brenda signs in at the reception and receives a form. Sitting on a plastic chair, she fills in her name, her experience, hesitating at, "Have you been laid off?" Her hand trembles as she checks yes. Mateo coughs, a raspy sound startling the receptionist. Brenda places a hand on his back. "Sho, it's okay, baby." A man crosses the lobby, keys and phone in hand, wearing dark jeans and a rolled-up white shirt. Tired, his hair is graying, and his dark eyes stop on Mateo. He slows down, locking eyes with Brenda. A glimmer of recognition, devoid of pity or judgment, passes through his eyes. He nods politely and walks away. Brenda hands in the form, feeling hopeless. The next afternoon, her phone rings. "Miss Lopez, Elena from Solis Rivera. We're offering you a part-time cleaning position starting tomorrow." Brenda stammers. "Really?" "Yes, you can bring your son. A break room is available if he stays safe." Overwhelmed, Brenda whispers, "Thank you so much." She hangs up, hugging Mateo on her lap. "We got it, baby. Mommy is working again." Every afternoon, Brenda puts on her gloves and gets to work. She scrubs the sinks until they shine, mops the worn floors, wipes the glass doors until her reflection is clear. The work is physical, her hands burn from the chemicals, her back screams, but she doesn't complain. A few steps away, in a shabby break room, Mateo is safe, drawing heroes with worn-out crayons. Every hour, Brenda checks on him, crouching to wipe the sweat from her forehead with her sleeve, despite the smell of ammonia. "Are you okay, baby?" she whispers. Mateo nods, exhausted, his eyes searching for her comfort. She kisses him, pushing back his curls. Their routine is fragile yet strong. Brenda cleans, Mateo rests, the hours pass like promises kept. One Wednesday, Brenda stops short as she enters the break room. Mateo, sitting there with wide eyes, stares at a table where a box of new crayons, 2 comic books, and a plush lion with a crooked smile sit. "Mom, where did this come from?" he asks. Brenda, breathless, picks up the box, searching for an explanation. Nothing. The comic books smell of fresh paper. "I don't know," she murmurs, trembling. Mateo's eyes shine with joy, a light that has been absent for weeks. "Can I keep them?" Brenda nods. "Of course, baby." Later, she asks her colleagues, "Did someone leave this for my son?" They all shake their heads, surprised. Elena shrugs. "Maybe an office worker. Isn't it nice?" Brenda smiles, a quiet warmth within her. In a dimly lit closet, Brenda kneels on the cold tiles, a damp cloth in hand. Mateo, feverish, lies on a folded towel, his face pale. To make him smile, Brenda turns the cloth into a puppet. "Look, Mateo, Senor Cloth saves the day," she says, in a comical voice, mimicking exaggerated gestures. Mateo chuckles softly, his breath wheezing, his smile lighting up his tired face. Through the slightly open door, Bruce, there to check on a delivery, freezes. Mateo's laughter, faint but real, paralyzes him. Brenda, exhausted and stained, smiles, making her son laugh with a cloth. Bruce discreetly steps back, returns to his office, staring at the ceiling, rubbing his eyes, moved by memories. He recalls his mother, cleaning a shabby motel, hiding him, feverish at 5 years old, on towels. She would turn socks into puppets. Like Mateo, he laughed, oblivious to his fatigue. 3 days later, a torrential rain floods the Rivera parking lot. At 7 p.m., Brenda steps out, holding Mateo close, without an umbrella, just a worn coat. A shadow appears. Bruce opens a large dark umbrella over them. Brenda, surprised, sees him, silent and steady. They walk, the rain drumming, but under the umbrella, it's calm, almost sacred. At the edge of the parking lot, Bruce hands her the umbrella. No one who fights as hard as you should walk in the rain. That night, Bruce slips an inhaler into Brenda's locker with a note, for the breaths that matter. Anonymously, through Elena, he funds their lunches for the month, not to play the hero, but to return a kindness once received from a destitute woman like Brenda. One Tuesday, he enters the break room with a paper bag. For Mateo, he says. Brenda, wiping the counter, smiles. More cookies? Bruce laughs. Chocolate chip and caramel. I hit the mark. Mateo, delighted, exclaims, Mom, they're warm. Bruce sits next to the child, listening to his tales of drawings, superpowers, and his comic book. He laughs when Mateo wants to be a super cleaner like his mother. When Mateo goes back to drawing, Brenda gently asks, Why do you care so much about us? Bruce, serious, replies, I was Mateo. My mother was you. Strong, stubborn, always tired, but never giving up. He recalls his mother, hiding him in hotel closets at night, singing lullabies while cleaning. Brenda, silent, sees in him a survivor, shaped by pain, rich in empathy. The air shifts, barriers dissolve. A few days later, the company celebrates its anniversary. Folding chairs fill the warehouse. A stage adorned with blue and white balloons stands in front. Employees laugh, eat cake, speaking English and Spanish. Brenda, in a clean uniform, stands at the back, Mateo beside her in an oversized shirt ironed by Maria. Bruce steps onto the stage. The room falls silent. Solis Rivera is built by those who know the struggle, work hard with little, and dream. His gaze finds Brenda. Recently, I saw a mother do the same, loving her son with all her breath. Brenda Lopez embodies our values. A silence precedes vibrant applause. Bruce turns to Mateo. Solis Rivera will offer a full scholarship to Mateo Lopez, from high school to university, because no child should bear the burden of their parents' struggles. The crowd rises, applauding, some in tears. Brenda, overwhelmed, feels her legs wobble. Mateo's hand slips into hers. She cries, not for the promotion or the scholarship, but because she no longer feels alone. Bruce steps down from the stage, approaches. His eyes ask a silent question. Brenda nods, mute, and he smiles. The unspoken words carry the greatest victories, those of helping someone stand tall. Brenda adjusts her badge, Brenda Lopez, supervisor, with quiet pride. Her mornings are earlier, her voice confident as she greets the teams, her steps assured. Mateo thrives. His school has a library with beanbags and superhero books. The teachers welcome him, value his drawings, encourage his stories. He smiles more, laughs loudly, breathes better. Sometimes, Brenda catches Bruce playing chess with Mateo in the break room. Bruce, clumsy, entertains Mateo with his mistakes. Other times, he brings a comic book, feigning nonchalance, and Mateo leaps into his arms, joyful. Brenda watches, smiling from a hallway. Their bond evolves without words. In the corridors, their gazes linger. When Bruce asks how her day is going, his question carries weight. Brenda responds, he truly listens. They move cautiously, healing from past wounds. In this silent moment under the rain, Brenda understands that their relationship goes beyond a second chance. It is the beginning of something neither of them dared to hope for, born not of grand gestures, but of small attentions, like a note more eloquent than a speech. On the rooftop of the building, on a Sunday afternoon, the sun gilds the concrete. Brenda steps out, her blouse fluttering in the breeze. Bruce is there, near the edge, hands in pockets, gazing at the horizon. The sky ignites with orange and pink, as if the world has stopped for them. "You said it was important," she whispers. He turns around, his knowing smile. It is. They stand there, two storm survivors meeting in the calm. Bruce pulls a small box from his pocket, unceremoniously revealing a fine silver bracelet, engraved with one word: always. "I'm not proposing," he says softly, looking into her eyes. "I have no speech or grand plan. But I want to tell you this. I can't promise eternity or ease, but I will be there for you and Matteo, always as you need me, even just to listen." Brenda looks at the bracelet, then at the man offering it. Not a savior, but someone real. She gently takes it, a smile blossoming, and steps forward, embracing him tightly. Her head against his chest, she whispers, "Thank you." Bruce closes his eyes, holding her, the city sprawling beneath a softened sky. Brenda adjusts her badge. Brenda Lopez, supervisor, worn with a discreet pride. Every morning, she starts early, her firm voice greeting the team's uncertain steps. The work remains demanding, but she feels seen, heard, lifting her head higher. Matteo thrives in his new school, with a welcoming library and teachers who value his drawings. He laughs loudly, breathes better. Brenda sometimes catches Bruce playing chess with Matteo, joyfully losing under his laughter. Other times, he brings a comic book, feigning nonchalance, and Matteo leaps into his arms. Brenda watches, smiling, her heart light. Their bond evolves without words, Bruce's lingering glances, his sincere questions about her day. They tread carefully, healing from past wounds. One rainy evening, delayed by reports, Brenda finds a new raincoat and a warm dish near Bruce's desk, with a note: "Thank you for not giving up." At the end of the hallway, Bruce nods, his discreet smile expressing gratitude, admiration, and more. On the roof, one Sunday, he offers a bracelet engraved always. "I don't promise eternity, but I will be there." Brenda embraces him, chosen, not saved. Matteo bursts in. "Mom, you're a superhero." Under the setting sun, they hug, a family born of presents, not wishes. Brenda savors this moment of sufficiency. The story of Brenda and Matteo is one of silent resilience, discreet compassion, and a bond forged in adversity. Fired for bringing her sick son to work, Brenda faced despair, walking in the rain, without a job or resources, but refusing to give up. Her mantra, "I will not give up," guided her through rejections, nights spent in gas station restrooms, and Matteo's asthma attacks. Maria, with her flyer, and Carol, with her shelter, were beacons in the darkness. At Solis Rivera, Brenda found more than a job, a chance to prove her worth. Bruce Rivera, marked by a childhood where his mother hid him in hotel closets, recognized in Brenda and Matteo his own past. His gestures, pencils, inhaler, umbrella, purse, were not pity, but echoes of kindness once received. By offering Brenda a promotion and Matteo an education, he honored their strength, showing that the greatest victories arise from mutual support. Their bond, sealed by a bracelet engraved with always, is neither a flamboyant romance nor a rescue, but a promise to be there, in simple moments as well as in storms. On the rooftop, embraced under the setting sun, Brenda, Bruce, and Matteo form a chosen family, united not by blood, but by presence. Brenda, once invisible, is now a respected, confident supervisor. Mateo, laughing and breathing better, is growing in a school that values him. This story teaches that heroes do not always wear capes. They are mothers who clean floors so their child can breathe, neighbors who hand out flyers, bosses who remember being an ignored child. It reminds us that kindness, even minimal, can change a life, just as a toy given to young Bruce shaped his worldview. In a hurried world, where other struggles go unnoticed, Brenda and Bruce show that listening, seeing, and acting matter. Their victory is not a perfect ending, but a sufficient moment where love and hope are enough.